All right.
Big thing you've ever seen.
No, yeah, it's not even a big deal.
Yeah.
We are live on YouTube and Facebook, still waiting on Twitch.
Awesome. Leon, that means we've got 2 minutes roughly before the cameras come on, so now's your chance.
We're live.
Oh, we are live. They can hear you.
Leon, a countdown means...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my red gun gal.
See, there we go.
He's
That's
a
what we
fraud.
want.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
If you refuse me, honey, you lose me.
And you'll be left alone.
I don't even think we need to do an actual game show tonight. I think we've got all the entertainment booked right now.
Listen, I'm saying you
That
better
old
get,
Michigan rag.
better get out of that frog suit into that human suit quick, Leon.
Oh, God. You guys, I'm not in a frog suit.
No one knows that yet.
You're too stoned.
They're gonna find out in a few minutes.
Guys, I'm not even stoned. I promise you. I can say the alphabet backwards and walk in a straight line. Twice.
You're sitting down for one, and you're behind a webcam.
40 seconds, Chris.
Oh my God,
Thank
he's
you, 40
doing it.
seconds.
He's doing it right in front of my eyes.
How's everybody else doing? How's everybody else feeling? Everybody good?
Yes.
And Garden Boys throwing up hand gestures that no one can see.
Oh, good.
20 seconds.
Kind of our thing.
Thank you, 20 seconds.
Yeah, we're team hand gesture. We're not going to speak as soon as the show
That's
starts.
it. All of your answers tonight done in perfect sign language.
And 10.
Interpretive dancing is the
Awesome.
only
Thank you. 10 seconds. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody's got a strategy. And
5.
Leon, now's your last chance to do anything off camera. And do you want to know why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's Tuesday night. You've got your black lights on, and you ate like 6 of those funny tasting cookies, but for some reason you're still really hungry. This is quarantine.
Oh yeah, quarantine.
Hello, and welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Quarantine, the game show that wonders, what if like the real game is out there and we're the audience? I'm your host, Chris Iannucci. Happy 420, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful show that we have prepared for you this evening, where we have 2 amazing teams joining us from across the country for your entertainment and your amusement. And let's introduce them right now. Coming up first from Chicago, Illinois, joining us tonight, we have the wonderfully funny The Garden Boys. And tonight playing for The Garden Boys, we have Tim, we have Jordan, and we have Bobby. And Garden Boys, how are we doing this evening?
We're doing excellent. We
We're
feel
good.
primed. All of us were stretching. We stretched all day long, so we're ready for this.
You guys
So
want to
you
do the
gotta-
Brady Bunch thing?
Oh, yeah. We
Man, they really
stretched
did
all day
rehearse
long.
before this one. Awesome. Well, we are so thrilled to have you on the show tonight. We can't wait to see what you have in store for this evening. But first, let's meet your opponents tonight, your contenders, your co-rivals tonight. Joining us from Austin, Texas, we have a very handsome Adrian and his wonderful friends joining us tonight. And how are things going deep in the heart of Texas? A very handsome Adrian and friends.
You know, we're all hoping we get more handsome, so that's fingers crossed.
It's good to be here with my friends.
Yeah.
Ashley,
And we
you
just
know
figured out who
Adrian's
Adrian is. Yes. All right. Well, we have Adrian, we have Leon, and we have Ashley, and we are so thrilled to have them on this evening. But of course, there would be no show tonight if it wasn't for the hardest working man behind the scenes in digital show business, our tech guru, my brother, Al Iannucci. Al, how are you this evening?
Doing fantastic, Chris. How are you today?
I am doing great. It's 420, and you know, for a lot of people that means something. I want to be very clear here. Some of our contestants tonight may be a little extra giggly, but I have managed to stay completely sober for this show tonight, so I am not partaking. but the edible I took does kick in at about 45 minutes, so time is of the essence. So Al, thank you so much for
I'll be
everything
keeping
that you-
score tonight, Chris.
Yes, if you could set a timer and double check the scores this evening. And thank you all so much. And thank you, Al, for everything that you do.
Good luck,
but
teams.
Let's get into the game. So for those of you who have never seen our show before, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. We know you're going to have a fantastic time. But some of you may be saying to yourselves, Chris, how do you play this game? And I'm going to say to you, well, put down whatever it is you have in front of you and pay attention, because I'm going to explain it right now. In front of me, I have a series of lovingly handcrafted, artisanally designed trivia questions put together by our staff here at Quarantine, the game show. Now, I'm going to present these questions to our two teams, and they're going to have an opportunity to answer said questions. Now, if they get the questions correct, they win their teams the allotted points. If they get the question wrong, or if they run out of time, it means that the opposing team has an opportunity to steal for half the amount of points. Now, along the way, we also have some additional games and a few challenges that we have lined up to see if we can throw our teams off their balance. But most importantly, we're going to be relying on you, yes, you, in our audience, to help us out with tonight's show, because periodically we may ask you for a suggestion that might influence a game further on down the line, or vote for which team you think deserves more points. Starting right now with our very first audience get of the evening. So get those fingers ready, get in the chat bar, because we need some suggestions from you. Here's what we're looking for. We're looking for a suggestion of a room in your house or apartment. So you can be as vague as you want. We're just looking for a room in your house or your apartment. So come up with your best suggestions, throw them into the chat bar, and we're going to take the two best ideas that come out of your brains, and we're going to put them right here on the game board a little bit further on down the line. But first, let's get into our first trivia category for the evening. Now, last week, April 13th, they actually decided to pause the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because there was a very, very slight risk that it may be linked to a rare blood clotting problem. Now, obviously, it is an incredibly rare occurrence. It's only been linked to a few potential blood clots, but for the sake of safety, it was very important that they remove the vaccine from the shelves. Now, it's also very important that they're in the middle of checking out whether or not it is safe to resume use of Johnson & Johnson, because it's only one of 3 vaccines that we have, and it's very critical in the fight against the pandemic. And according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, it shouldn't be too much longer before we're able to use the vaccine again. Well, sometimes when something gets pulled, it never comes back. And so I thought this first category would be a good opportunity to quiz our contestants on some products that have to do with the War of 1812. No, I'm kidding. Some products that have been pulled from the shelves that are no longer being made, and that a lot of people presumably miss in our first category called Out of Stock. So these are all questions that have to do with products or services that no longer exist. Now, we flipped a coin before we got started tonight, and our first question of the evening is going to the Garden Boys. So Garden Boys, this is round 1. All questions are worth 100 points. Stealing gets you 50. Teams, y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Big time.
All right, great. So Garden Boys, your first question for 100 points. This product, unveiled to much fanfare in 2012, was promoted as the next wave in smart device technology. However, widespread privacy concerns, coupled with an absurd $1,500 price tag, quickly put this high-tech fashion statement on the clearance rack. What is the product that I'm describing?
Got a Dune, is it?
Did you say Zune?
Dune, is it a Dune? It wasn't
No, it's not
$1,500.
Zune.
One of those iPad sweaters.
He said $1,500, right?
Oh, well,
I did, yes. And I will repeat. I can repeat any part of the question for either team. You just need to let me know.
All right, 2012, $1,500, boys. We got things that came out in 2000.
Is it something you wear?
Like a jetpack kind of situation. Could have been a hoverboard. Nah, hoverboards. Hoverboards were kind of recalled because they were all catching on fire. Remember that?
Yeah, but do you wear that or you just stand on that?
Did he say you wear it?
I thought it was a clothing thing.
Was it a clothing thing?
What about Samsung? What about Samsung Galaxy 7S? That used to
that
explode.
thing! Dude, that thing did explode.
The microchip.
Wait. Did you say you wear it, bro? Was that
Can
the
you
question?
repeat the question, Christopher?
Thank you, Leon. I will repeat the question for the
Oh,
other
you have
team.
to say
Leon,
that?
don't help them.
This
I'm
product.
helping myself. Thank you, Adrian. It looks like they're not going to get it, so I'm working on it.
This
We're on
product.
the path.
This product, unveiled to much fanfare in 2012, was promoted as the next wave in smart device technology. However, widespread privacy concerns, coupled with an absurd $1,500 price tag, put this high-tech fashion statement on the clearance rack.
Oh shit.
Google glasses.
Ooh.
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 Or,
I
yeah,
was going to say bouncy
A
shoes.
few more seconds, then I do need an answer from you.
I like
What
Google
do you think?
glasses, bro.
Google Glass. I think it was,
That
or
works,
was
that
it
works for me.
Microsoft that did it in 2012.
Go with
Smart
Microsoft.
glasses. We're gonna go Microsoft. We're gonna go. Our final answer is gonna be Bill Gates' devious device, the Microsoft smart glasses.
Microsoft smart glasses is your final answer?
Microsoft smart glasses.
Unfortunately, Microsoft smart glasses is not the correct answer, which
I got
means
this.
a very handsome Adrian and friends. Do you know for
And
50
friends.
points?
Adrian, it's bouncy shoes. You remember those shoes?
It's not
Bounce.
moon shoes, bro. It's not moon shoes.
Okay, all I got is Google Glass then. That's the only one else I
Wait,
could
I
think of.
yeah, I thought it was Google Glass as well.
Yeah.
But they said Microsoft smart glasses, which is not Google,
Google Glass.
glasses.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with Google Glasses as the
We'll
actual
go with
answer.
Google glasses.
Moon shoes
Final.
is a follow-up second, just so we are clear. Like if
You-
it's
Well, I can
not-
only take one, so I just want to
Okay.
make sure.
We'll
Google
go.
Glass.
To the
we'll go with
moon, but
Google
you
Glass.
will land in the ER.
Diamond hands.
Fantastic. Always wanted moon shoes as a kid, but I never wanted Google Glass, which is the correct answer. So Garden Boys, I'm sorry, but they're absolutely right. It was made by Google, and the product was called Google Glass. So that's 50 points for Adrian and friends. Great job. All right, this next question stays with Adrian and friends for 100 points.
No, not again.
In October, it's okay, Ashley. These are gonna be fine.
In October of 1812.
In October of 1812, in October of 2010, Sony announced it would stop production of this iconic product, which it first released in 1979 and would go on to sell over 200 million of throughout the decades, even after many considered the technology to be obsolete. What is the product?
I think it's the Walkman.
I think it's the Discman.
Or what is that? Sony Walkman? Is that a thing?
Walkman's got the tapes. Discman's got those CDs, baby.
You think there were CDs around in 1979,
They
Leon?
weren't talking about it, Adrian. They weren't talking about it. They weren't
Alright,
talking
sure.
about it yet.
I was thinking it was one of those like weird. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a disc. It's like a disc player, but I don't think that's it. I guess we'll go with the Sony Walkman.
Yeah, we're gonna go Sony Walkman for real answers.
Yeah.
For realsies this time, Sony
For
Walkman?
realsies.
100
realsies.
for Truesies.
Unfortunately, the answer was the War of 1812.
I
No,
knew it!
Sony Walkman is correct for 100 points. Great job, Adrian and friends. All right, back over to Garden Boys. This is yours for 100. In 2019, this budget airline carrier abruptly ceased its operations and canceled all of its flights. So abruptly, actually, that they made their closure statement on their website the same day as thousands of travelers were expecting to fly, leaving them stranded and causing significant economic problems to the country of Iceland. What is the name of the airline?
Is it Iceland Air?
I was gonna say Air Reykjavik.
Air Iceland.
I was also gonna say Air Reykjavik.
I think it's Air Reykjavik actually.
Air Iceland.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
don't
that
know
that's
if,
real.
Air Iceland?
Oh really?
Iceland Air, I think, is the thing.
Iceland Air?
That's probably
I'm
still a
believing-
thing. This is not a thing anymore. JetBlue? Ryanair?
Oh,
Not
still a thing.
Ryanair, man. Fuck, man, I don't know.
Frontier? Wouldn't be Frontier.
Well, it's probably something to do with Iceland, eh?
Southwest.
Adrian, you guys know the answer?
Iceland Air, I believe, is a water bottle company.
I just
Evian.
remember in Mighty Ducks 2, the Icelandic team were fucking assholes. Oh, that's
Yeah,
my,
they were-
assholes.
my
They were
one.
just
That was your one.
misunderstood.
That,
They were
All right,
made
Garden Boys, I'll give you a few more
assholes.
seconds, and I do need an
Actually,
answer
you made
from
it
you.
to PG-13.
What's our
Alright.
answer, boys?
think-
Iceland Air.
Iceland Air.
Iceland Air is your final answer?
Yeah.
I would never be so lax as to put the name of the airline in the question itself. Iceland Air is not correct, so that means
sounded good.
Huh.
that means very handsome Adrian and friends. Do you know
Got
the name of
this.
the airline
We
for
got
50
this.
points?
But I'm
One, two,
Okay, so the
three.
question is, it was a native Iceland airline?
Let's repeat repeat the question for fun?
Yes,
please,
yes, yes,
Chris?
yes.
All right. This budget airline carrier abruptly ceased its
Spirit.
operations in
Budget.
2019 and canceled all of its flights so abruptly that their closure statement left thousands who were traveling stranded, as well as causing significant economic problems to the country of
Yeah.
Iceland.
I bet it's like fucking Southwest or something.
No. That's some
Oh.
shit Spirit would do.
Okay,
That is
Couple
Spirit.
some
seconds,
shit
and I do
Spirit
need an
would do.
answer
Okay,
from you.
We're gonna go with Spirit, Christopher.
Spirit. Final answer.
Spirit Airlines, final answer.
Yes.
Still
They say
killing
bitches.
people left and right. Are you crazy?
They're terrible.
Unfortunately, I
words.
think Spirit Airlines is actually still in service. The name of the airline was WOW Airlines. WOW Airlines was the company.
Adrian,
Everybody in the cold.
wow is your wheelhouse.
That's me in 2012, not me now.
Different kind of WOW. Yeah, that was back when Google Glass was a thing.
That's
All
back
right.
when after the Lich King was the current expansion.
Very handsome Adrian and
Where did
friends.
WoW Airlines operate out of?
They were out of Reykjavik. They were based out of Iceland.
Wow.
Well, I didn't say
Yeah.
I got bought by Air Iceland.
And you jumped right for Iceland Air. This is
Yeah.
clearly your first time on the show. All right.
Real to me.
I thought
very-
something stupid Spirit Airlines did for like one day and didn't tell anybody because that does sound like some shit they do, right?
Oh no, they're just no longer around anymore. They just decided to close.
Oh, I
one day.
misunderstood. I thought they closed for like
Yeah.
a day and didn't tell anyone. Like, we're going to Iceland, guys.
No, these are all things that you cannot find anymore because they just don't exist.
Or if they
Um,
can-
All right.
Ah.
Well, very handsome Adrian and friends, this is your question for 100 points. Tell me if you can name this product. Despite the fact that Amazon is slowly taking over society, in 2014, the company suffered one of its biggest failures when it released this product to mixed reviews, an already overcrowded market, and it only lasted 1 year before it was discontinued in 2005. What was the name of Amazon's product?
Ken,
Alexa's sister Stacy.
I was gonna say the Nook, but the Nook is not Amazon. They have the Kindle.
but it's popping now, right? Or was it? Did it come
The
into
Kindle?
saturate?
The
Did
Kindle
it
is
get
still
all in
out,
as- Yeah, but did it get all?
Oh,
but it's
look,
discontinued. You can't get it anymore. Whatever the
Kindle
product is.
book. You can't get the right? I don't know.
Right?
I'm sorry, Chris. Will you repeat the
Yeah.
question one more time?
Yeah, can you repeat the
Yeah.
question? That would be great.
Absolutely. In 2014, Amazon suffered one of its biggest failures when it released this product to mixed reviews and an already overcrowded market, lasting just
I know
a
what it is.
year
I know what
before
it is.
it was discontinued.
It's the Amazon cell phone. My buddy had one, and he was like, "This thing's garbage," and I was like, "Stop buying cheap shit."
We'll go with the Amazon cell phone, and for lack of a better answer, Amazon cell phone. Final answer.
Well,
The Amazon cell phone is your final
Fuck,
answer?
I don't know. Maybe
Yes,
a
Chris.
fire phone. Fire
No,
phone. Fire
no,
phone.
we're-
Fire
no,
phone.
no.
Fire phone. Fire phone. Fire
No.
phone. Fire phone.
No.
Fire phone.
I need a
We'll go
final answer from
We'll
you.
go with the Amazon cell phone and keep
the
it
Fire
generic.
phone.
cell phone.
The Amazon cell phone, unfortunately, is not the answer that I'm
God
looking
damn
for,
it.
which means
I swear to
Garden
God.
Boys, you can get 50 points if you can name the product.
Could it be a tablet?
Or like a hoverboard?
Flashlight.
Could be
Amazon Flash.
Peapod. Maybe Amazon bought Peapod and then got rid of it.
Peapod's still around, I think.
Yeah, Peapod's chilling.
All right,
I
we're gonna
think
go,
that,
boys.
weren't they doing
A few more seconds, and I do need an answer from you.
Amazon milk?
Oh my God.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna do Amazon tablet.
Amazon tablet is your final answer.
Amazon Bablet.
Amazon Bablet, tablet, however you want to say it.
We'll go
Unfortunately,
with
Garden
tablet.
Boys, that is also not the answer that I'm looking
Fire
for.
phone.
Ah!
Fire phone.
Leon,
Fire
you might want to
phone.
mute yourself so you can yell a little bit. The answer was the Amazon Fire Phone. I needed the name of the product, but cell phone was too vague.
I'm sorry,
so
Leon, I
unfortunately,
Wow.
I told you I had a friend. I told you guys I had a friend.
He did. He did
Well,
tell you guys.
Well, I learned my lesson. Now our team is now called Leon and Friends. I'm very
No,
Now
sorry.
it's called
it's
Leon.
Adrian who doesn't listen to his friends. That's what we're
It's
gonna buy.
it's Adrian, the very handsome Adrian, and one less friend.
Yeah.
So that's the
Sorry,
yes.
Seriously.
All right, we have one last question in the category, and this one stays with the Garden Boys. This is yours for 100 points. Skittles has been serving up rainbow flavor since 1979, and for decades, packs of original Skittles boasted a quintet of fruity goodness that seemed too classic to mess with until 2013, when this OG flavor got swapped out and replaced with a new one. What is the original flavor from Skittles that got replaced back in 2013?
Cool.
Beef, right?
Beef consomme was originally. There used to be beef.
I'm pretty sure it was beef. Beef got replaced with strawberry.
Thick beef, actually, where they were.
Au jus.
Yeah, French dip.
Just au jus.
I remember having very salty Skittles growing up, and then they got sweeter over time. I remember them being savory, and friends and I would go back and forth and debate.
Yeah.
Am I off on that? Bouillabaisse?
The days when you used to drop a Skittle in hot water and then just melt it and drink it.
The vicious
It was,
hot
well,
Skittle.
like,
Skittle.
it used to be grape,
Skittle tea.
cherry.
The gumbo
Yellow.
Skittle.
The yellow one with lemon.
Was it lemon or banana?
Green went from lime to green apple. That's what I think happened.
Ooh.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think that adds up.
Does that add up? That seems like a thing. Because what would you change grape to be? Wild berry to berry?
Grape definitely was unfucked with.
Plum.
Or do we
Yeah,
need
Garden
a
Boys, I
final
do need an answer from you. Yeah.
All right,
Dates.
we're going to say that the flavor went from lime to green apple.
Final answer.
Boys,
What was it? Green apple to lime.
bouillabaisse.
I need one of those
Final
two.
answer. Final answer.
We're going to
Lime to green apple is your final answer.
Yeah.
Garden Boys, you are 100% correct. They changed the flavors from lime to green apple, specifically green apple. And actually, earlier this year, there was a huge Twitter campaign to bring back lime, but unfortunately, it didn't take. So that is 100 points on the board for Garden Boys. And Al, back me up on this one. Looking at the scores right now, I have the Garden Boys just coming in with 100 points.
Correct.
And I have, in a very, very slight lead, a very handsome Adrian and friends with 150 points.
Correct.
But we're going to give these two teams an opportunity to make a little extra scratch in our next game that we're calling To Be Continued.
Used to be.
Now, we have just told you all about a few products that you can't find anymore because people just decided that they didn't want to make them. Well, we're going to give our contestants an opportunity to find themselves a treasured item that they couldn't stand to be without and plead for corporate America to never remove them from the shelves ever again. So we asked you earlier in the show tonight for a suggestion of a room in your house or your apartment. Now, here's how this game works. Each team will be given a specific room in their current living space that they're in playing the game right now, that they're going to have about 60 seconds to run and find a personal item, a treasured item, an irreplaceable item that they would be so upset if it was discontinued. And they're going to come back in front of their webcams with it, and we're going to give each person an opportunity to explain why they chose the item that they chose. Now, the team that does the best job of trying to convince you to not discontinue these items is going to be voted on by our audience, and the winner will receive 200 points for their team. So does this make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get some suggestions from our audience. Al, first off, let's start with the Garden Boys. Garden Boys, you're going to be looking for an irreplaceable item from which room in their house?
It's going to be their closet.
From
Any
your
closet
closets.
in the house. Yep.
Any closet in the house that you can get to and get something in 60 seconds. And let's go to very handsome Adrian and friends. Where is their room that they're going to be looting from?
They are going to have to run into their bathroom.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Can I get 120 seconds? I want to do some plumbing.
Unfortunately, we're only going to stick to 60, Leon, but I'm
Okay, I
sure
gotta
you'll
go.
still manage to pull something. All right, ready, set,
Jump and run,
go.
jump and run.
Guess everybody go. Leon is gung-ho tonight, and I am
Right?
so there for it.
Is it weird that now I want meat-flavored Skittles?
I think that was probably the best idea that we ever came up with, and I wasn't the one to write it, and I'm very upset by that. But yes, a little savory bouillon-flavored Skittles would be...
An au jus
I
Skittle?
feel like that idea only would make sense on a day like today. I think that would be your best market for it.
30 seconds, Chris.
All right, 30 seconds left. Contestants, to get back here with something.
What about like Skittles steak? Like if you could just marinate your steak and skip.
You could do that thing, too, where it's like the Jelly Bellies, and you can eat multiple flavors together, and it makes a whole new flavor. So you could just, like, make Steak Diane out of Skittles, you know?
What's the
all
diet?
right.
10 seconds, Chris.
I'm sorry,
Sounds
10
like
seconds out.
Diane-
Thank you very much.
Short end.
I know. Well, she got all the steak, though, so I guess, you know,
4,
I'd be happy
3,
with that. 3, 2, 1. We got Tim. We are missing a Leon. Leon, where are you? You're out of time. I said you couldn't have a minute and 20.
Leon.
All right.
Leon.
Leon.
We lost Leon.
Leon, he's back. Okay, great. We'll count it. But for right now, let's start with the Garden Boys. We'll give Leon a chance to catch his breath. Garden Boys, we asked you to find something that you have in any of your closets that if they ever stopped making it, you would be devastated. So right now, I'm going to need each of you to show your item to the camera, and we're going to give each of you a few seconds to plead your case as to why this item should never not be made anymore. So Bobby, you got yours up first. Bobby, tell us what it is and tell us why it needs to stay on the store shelves.
All right, so I don't know what these are called. I think it's called an arm pillow, like a branch pillow. But these things rule. I had this in college, and if you're getting tired of studying, you can put your head here and just kind of lean into the other side of the pillow. It's kind of like a pillow's giving you a hug.
All right. Well, that's
You get to feel loved.
so it's a surrogate for an actual human being in a moment of crisis.
Well, whatever. It doesn't have to be a human.
Okay, even better. All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Bobby. All right, Jordan, let's go over to you. Let's see what you got for us.
Hi, yes, I have a pair of pants. But they're not any kind of pants. They're bone pants.
Ooh.
You see this? You don't want to stop making these because you need these. These give you priority access to all kinds of things and special treatment. And yeah, you need these pants.
Whose bones are those, Jordan?
Not even fucking this one.
Your mom.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Jordan. That was one of the most unexpected reveals I think we've ever had on this show. So thank you for that. All right, and finally, Tim, let's see what you got for us.
I think businesses need to keep making family photos, old family photos. Now, I actually don't know who any of the people in these photos are, but I have a deep connection to them. And I can see, every picture is from some time in the past. And if we don't make pictures, then we'll never have the past with us. So I think we got to keep making family. Look at those guys. Who are those guys? I don't even know who they are, but we need them.
All right, awesome. So pictures are memories, and memories is history, and there was a lot going on in there. That was a very deeply thought out argument there, Tim. Thank you very much. All right, well, Garden Boys, thank you so much for your contribution to the game tonight. But we have to move over to a very handsome Adrian and friends and see what they collected from their bathrooms that they just could not do without. Let's start with Adrian. Adrian, what'd you bring back for us?
Well, I brought back this. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Adrian, that's just a normal toilet paper roll. You couldn't be more wrong. This is, in fact, a Halloween costume. If you wanted to go as a mummy one year, you just unroll one of these bad boys and roll it all around you. And I mean, what are we, monsters? Think of the children. Children need Halloween costumes. And I therefore submit that you cannot be without this roll of mummy gauze ever again.
Well spoken, Adrian, and I love how you didn't go for the most obvious reason, but you went for the most fun reason. All right,
Yeah,
Leon,
Adrian,
let's see what you got for us.
Adrian,
Hold on,
if
you're
you got
muted,
shit-
Leon.
Adrian, if you got shit on your arm, would you wipe it with a dry piece of paper?
Of course not. I'm an animal. I have a bidet.
Keep that thing off the shelves.
That's actually a great transition, Adrian, because I would be nowhere without my Neo 120 environmentally friendly Lux bidet. I have to tell you guys.
Oh my God.
I gotta tell you something. We aren't animals anymore. Like, we're classified by scientists as such, but I think if you look at Leonardo da Vinci's David or Mona Lisa, you would beg to differ and say we are highly evolved people that deserve more and better. And I'm going to be right and quite honest with you. If they discontinued this, I would fly to Japan and commit Sabuboko Kuku, where you stick a bidet in your ass and kill yourself very painfully as a form of social protest. Thank you, Alex.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Leon. I believe it's called
Thank you,
Sabuku.
Alex.
All right, well, thank you, Leon, for that one. And
We'd
Judging-
like to lodge a formal complaint. Leonardo da Vinci did not make the David. That was Michelangelo.
And also, it's not
They're
super
totally a
Buku.
mood.
Yeah, I don't need a fact checker, Tim. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this shit comes out as like a hot air to fuel the balloon of imagination that's flying into the sky right now. What you got to believe is, how are these guys wanting to not discontinue things that are in their closet? Because if we're being quite honest, like, those things really aren't that important, are they? Or else they wouldn't be in your closet. I'm done here, Alex.
All right. Again, my name's Chris, not Alex, but thanks, Leon.
He doesn't need a fact checker, Chris.
He doesn't need a fact checker. All right, we still got one more person on your team that we need to check in with, and judging on the progression of how your team has come up with items, I'm really scared about what she's going to do with this cat. But Ashley, please tell us what.
So clearly Adrian and Leon are poor because they can't afford a butt wiper. And this is my manservant. His name is Mr. Jangles.
Oh.
He wipes your butt?
Yep.
He does.
Yep. He is my professional butt wiper who just lives in the bathroom. So.
Wait, Ashley, did you run into your bathroom, see the cat, and you were like, enough said?
This is my butt wiper. Don't.
All right. Well, awesome. Okay. Well, apparently I have a new level of financial success that I need to reach because I don't have one of those either. But great job, both teams, on finding some irreplaceable items. But it's not up to me to decide, nor is it up to any of you to decide. It is up to our wonderful audience at home to vote on which team did the best job on finding something in their apartments or their homes that they just could not live without. So, here's how this works. You're going to vote in our chat bar as to which team you think did the best job, and the winner will get 200 points. So if you believe the Garden Boys did the best job coming back with their items, then you're going to put the number 1, just the number 1, into your chat bar, and you're going to click send. Now, if you think that a very handsome Adrian and friends did the best job finding their items in the bathroom, then you're going to put the number 2, just the number 2, into the chat bar, and you are gonna click send. So we have a fancy chat robot that is going to count up everything that's going on, and we're gonna get back to you with the results and see who won those points. But first, we're gonna take a quick break from one of our very wonderful sponsors.
Used to be so easy, man. You'd meet somebody at a party, you give them your number, they'd hit you up in a day or two.
Man, this used to be a scene for like cool, chill people, just like vibing and like taking care of each other, you know?
People want to know that their weed is ethically sourced. Hey, newsflash. The weed isn't kept in cages, okay? It's kept under a grow light in my stepdad's garage.
You know, I can't compete with these big dispensaries because competing is like fighting for fun.
I show up to people's houses and they're like, "Oh, what strain is this? What kind of high is it? What's the leaflet rating?" And I'm just like, "Hey man, I got 2 kinds. I got the swag and I got the good shit. You gotta have like a PhD in botany or whatever to slang dime bows these days, dude."
I didn't realize how much it was gonna suck. I just wanted to blow smoke into a cop's face.
I don't even know what to talk to people about at parties anymore. I used to just go on and on about how, you know, they should legalize weed, it's way safer than alcohol. And now people are just like, "Yeah, Daryl, it's legal." And then it's just silent until they ask me about my comparative religion degree and how that's going. And the answer is it's going pretty bad.
Fine, I'll give up the secret. 6 hours of Mozart, 6 hours of fish line at Red Rocks, and I whisper my secrets into the plants. I know the woman who says she's my sister is really my mother.
Illegalize it.
Illegalize it.
Illegalize it.
And we are back. And a big thank you to our amazing sponsor for that wonderful ad. Well, we're about to head into round 2, where the questions are worth 200 points. Stealing gets you 100 points. But first, we got to check in on our fancy chat robot and see which team won the extra 200 points. And Al, did we get a count on which team did the best job?
We did. Adrian and friends took the vote on that one.
Congratulations, Adrian and friends. You just won yourselves an extra 200 points. And judging by my count, Al, that leaves the Garden Boys still at 100.
Correct.
And a very handsome Adrian and friends in the lead with 350 points.
Correct.
But as I said before, there's still plenty of game to go. There are plenty of questions to answer and points to make up. So let's get into round 2. And first off, you guys did such a wonderful job with those audience suggestions. We're going to ask you for one more. So get those fingers going because we need our next suggestion from you, our lovely audience. We are looking for the name of a well-known celebrity or public figure. Somebody, if you heard their name, anybody in the world would know exactly who that was. So the name of a celebrity or a well-known public figure. Get those fingers moving and get those in the chat, and we will take the 2 best ones that we can come up with, and we'll use those for something a little bit further on down the line. But for right now, we have a very special guest that we're about to bring onto the show this evening. He is a close-up magician who hails from the Great White North of Canada, and he's specifically asked to come on the show tonight on our 420 show, and we couldn't be more happy to have him on. So if you could all please give a warm welcome to Mr. Kenny Connell. Kenny Connell from Canada.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for having me. I'm happy. I'm happy as a haddock sitting on a chair made of chips just to be here. It's lovely to be here. I am, of course, the close-up magic king of Canada. It's been a tough time during quarantine. I won't lie to you. You know, it's hard.
It must be right. It's been hard on performance art in general, but I can't imagine.
Especially, for my tricks to work, I need to be within 3 feet of you. That's kind of part of it. It's the close-up part. So this has been tough. But I'm not here to talk about any of that, actually.
No, that's fine. I know you specifically wanted to come on our show on 420. You didn't really elaborate why, so I wanted to just check in and see why it was that you wanted this specific night slot.
That's right, Chris. I did ask to come on, and a lot of that's I know, and even here so far on the show, there's been some joking, some tee-heeing. We're laughing about the marijuana use, but. There's no 2 bits about it. Cannabis kills, Chris. And I'm here to tell people that's not okay. All right, it's a dangerous drug. I mainly perform in schools up in Canada to discourage kids from using pot. We have a program up in Canada where if someone offers you drugs, you just say no, thank you. That's not for me, but thank you anyway.
That's so polite. Well, I mean, Kenny, I think it's maybe a little bit over the top to say that
Chris,
marijuana
did you know
kills.
That
I mean, it's
a single puff off of a standard blunt has enough poison in it to kill a baby elephant. Did you know that?
I think that is patently untrue,
It's
Kenny.
a cold, hard fact. It's as cold and hard as this Canadian Labatt Max Ice, which I'll be enjoying for the rest of the show. But Chris, that's neither here nor there. If you don't mind, I just want to dive right in.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
Now, I mentioned that I prefer performing in primary schools from Prince Edward Island over to Pemberton. That's in British Columbia, Chris. But the pandemic presented some problems for me, and it put some real power behind the potheads. And Chris, again, no 2 bits about it. Cannabis kills, and you can't cover that up, kiddo. So before y'all blow your brains on blunts and bongs, I want to tell these 2 teams tales of titheads who traded top-notch triumphs for THC. That's right. I'm talking about the whacks who wrecked their lives on weed. This is wasted pot-TENTIAL.
Okay, so some questions for our contestants then.
That's right. I have some questions about people who just ruined their lives using marijuana. Now, I love an underdog because I'm from Canada, and we were kind of the underdog during the War of 1812. I know Ashley knows a lot about that.
She's an expert.
This one first to the Garden Boys, if I may. And let me just start out. Tim, if you would, just go ahead and pick a card, would you?
Yes. That one, right in the middle.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to look away. You memorize that.
Okay. Oh, got it.
Okay. Now I'm just going to put it back right in the middle of the deck, all right? Without any shuffling. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3. Your card's at the top of the deck. You ready?
Yes.
Is this your card?
No, I'm sorry, it's not.
What card is it?
That's the Joker.
That's right, Tim, because only jokers use marijuana, all right? That's a fact. And speaking of jokers, in 1970, this comedian tried to fly high by walking 5 bricks of buds onto an airplane in his bags. But the marshals made him and stopped him when he joked to another passenger that he was actually carrying bombs. What comedian am I talking about, Garden Boys?
Tim Allen.
Is that your final answer?
Tim Allen. No question, it was Tim fucking Allen.
Tim Allen.
100%.
No thought.
We're going with it?
Tim Allen. I don't care what the
Sorry.
answer is. It was Tim Allen.
I'm sorry to say that the home improvement star actually carried coke.
Yeah.
And regularly got high on pure Michigan, but it wasn't Tim Allen. So that joke's going to go over here to Adrian and friends. Adrian and friends, which comedian am I talking about? In 1970, he tried to walk 5 bricks of marijuana onto an airplane before he got caught because he was joking that there were bombs in there.
It's either Cheech or Chong. One of those two got arrested.
I feel like it's Carrot Top.
Really, 1970?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Cheech or Chong.
I do love Carrot Top.
Maybe someone else from Home
Clean,
Improvement?
it's clean fun for the whole family.
Are they
What's
comedians,
the guy
though?
that did the fence shit on Home Improvement? It's him.
The kid.
Listen,
The guy who's
The kid from Home Improvement.
I love how every answer needs to be Tim Allen adjacent somehow.
Yeah. I think it's the fence guy.
3 degrees away from him at the maximum.
You guys should try saying Tim Allen again.
Answer in 5 Canadian.
maybe it's a different Tim
7
Allen.
American.
Yeah.
Do you want to go with Cheech, Leon?
No, because I think Chong was the guy who got arrested, but it was
Five.
for bongs.
So
4,
we'll go with Chong.
Chong.
Two,
We'll
I'll
go
go
with
Cheech
Chong.
and Chong.
I'm
We'll
sorry.
never doubt Leon ever again.
It's not Tommy Chong either, unfortunately, because I would love it if it were. He's actually hails from up here. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Tommy Chong is from north of the border. It was Bill Murray. It was
Oh.
Bill Murray. Murray had to drop out of pre-med college and go to court for narcotics. So let that be a lesson.
Now it's an endearing story because it's Bill
Pot
Murray.
will make
Yes.
pot
So
will-
if you do pot, you'll be a massive
think-
success.
What'd you say about pot, Tommy? I really want to know.
I just, again, it's Kenny Connell, and not to interrupt you there, Leon. I'm sorry for doing it, but it is Kenny Connell.
I'm not really good with names. That's
Pot
pretty
will-
much a fact. I'm
Pot will
sorry.
make you think that you should cover up your pot use with domestic terrorism. So sort yourself out, dude. All right?
Okay, a solid lesson, Kenny. Do you have another question for our teams?
I absolutely do. This is going to stay with Adrian and friends. But real quick, Ashley, I think there's something behind your screen there, and it's this quarter. That's some close-up magic. This would be a lot of fun for the kids because I'd give them the quarter, and they just got too big.
Careful now. I'm a Jew. I love money. Let's go.
Whoa.
We don't engage in that kind of humor up here. We keep it nice and I think what you call G or PG. But anyway, if I can get into the question,
I thought it was rated A.
Oh, you see, that's the kind of joke that we would love to hear more of. The question, the year was 1997, the summer of ska was in full swing, the swing revival was in full ska, and this Philadelphia 76er, I'm talking about the American basketball team, this Philadelphia 76er went to the slammer for smoking the Sinister Minister, and also because he had an unregistered handgun in the car. Who am I talking about?
You really buried the lead there, didn't you?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
It could be Tim Allen.
We're gonna put Tim Allen on our back burner, guys.
He is the last man standing. A lot of people don't know
What
that.
year was this? What year was this?
1997.
Okay, you said that a really good way, and now I'm confused.
Is
that
it Tim Allen or is it Allen Iverson?
Dennis
Okay,
Rodman?
just say it one more time. He played basketball, or just repeat the question.
Yeah. So in 1997, this Philadelphia 76er, and again, we're talking about the American basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers. This player got arrested for smoking pot, and also because he had an unregistered handgun.
Right. Well, yeah.
That Larry Bird is bad news. I have a bad feeling about him.
Is he a 76er? Bird a bad boy?
Dennis Rodman sounds great. Sounds like a really good answer to me. He was always a little scamp.
He did scamp about in the 90s.
He's a scamper.
He did dye his hair. Yeah, let's go.
I don't think he was a 76er though. I know he was a Bulls. He played for the Spurs. I don't know where.
I am going to need an answer.
We'll go with Dennis Rodman and lieu of anything else.
Unfortunately, Dennis Rodman is not right, not for this question, and not for Madonna either. So the question's going to go over to the Garden Boys. Garden Boys.
So, well, yeah, we're from Chicago, so we know that Rodman was with the Bulls in '97. So
Yes, of course he was.
Tim Allen Iverson.
Tim Allen Iverson.
You're going
Tim Allen Iverson.
Tim Allen
Hold
Iverson.
the
That's your
first
final
name.
answer? Well,
Tim Allen
guys,
Iverson.
the correct answer is the answer. Allen Iverson, you're totally correct.
That's right.
He pleaded
Right,
no
Ken,
contest.
Congratulations.
He pleaded no contest to the cannabis crime in court, and it killed his career. Unless you count the 14 years that he played after that happened.
Chris, that was 50 for Garden Boys, right?
I'm sorry, no, that was 100.
400.
I'm sorry, 100. 100.
That was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Get
that
it
was-
right out.
It was Tim Allen for 4.
I didn't know if it was 1 or 200 points.
There are 200 points apiece. Stealing gets you 100.
Al,
was a
I
daily
appreciate
double.
you checking in. That's very kind of you, Al. This is going to stay with the Garden Boys. Guard boys, real quick, just real quick, actually, though, before I do that, let me say to Bobby Sullivan, Bobby, do you see this quarter here, right?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm just going to ask you a simple question before the main question, right? I'm changing it hands. Bobby, which hand do I have the quarter in?
You drop it?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
It's the reverse. I have quarters in both hands.
Whoa!
This would play really well with children.
Amazing!
I have 50 cents, and that's nice. Now, I'll stay with you, Bobby. Justin LeBoy was just a boy in love. This honors student fell in love with a looker named Naomi, who asked the sober student for a bag of that bud. But when he brought it, she insisted on paying, and then cuffed the kid and came clean as an undercover cop. Now, the whole story wrapped up nicely in 2019 because NPR commissioned a 15-minute musical of the story written by what Broadway superstar?
Lin-Manuel?
Sounds about right.
Seems like something he would do, just super beneath him.
I think it's gotta be potentially Tim Minchin.
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen Minchin.
Tim Allen Minchin.
I don't know. I don't know how the fuck.
Sondheim?
It could be Elton John even. Elton John would be a darling. Sondheim would be too old. Lin-Manuel Miranda. No, I don't. We're gonna go with Tim Minchin.
Final answer. Everyone agrees?
I mean, I guess so.
Tim Allen Minchin.
I'm sorry, Tim Allen Metzler. Tim Allen Minchin is not correct. So that question is going to go back over to Adrian and friends. Adrian and friends, if you didn't catch it, there was a young man. He was tricked into buying marijuana for an undercover police officer. Your police down there, I'm told, are horrible. And so they entrapped him. And then in 2019, a few years after that had happened, they made it into a Broadway musical written by what Broadway star?
I feel like it's got to be Lin-Manuel Miranda, right?
I feel like they teed that one up for us.
Lin-Manuel, Tim Allen?
I think Tim just wanted it to be a Tim.
Timwell Miranda.
We'll go with Lin-Manuel Miranda because he's never satisfied, I hear.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is correct. No, I'm kidding. It is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Of course, he told Justin's story in just a 15-minute Fantasia. It was called 21 Chump Street. By the way, I am throwing away your pot because you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't have it, Leon. That's not okay. All right. I do.
Ooh, Kenny, that was some high test humor you got going on there.
It's high test, but it's not high, Chris. I keep it nice and even.
All right. You have one more question for us?
I got one more question here. This one's actually about a fellow knucklehead. Ross Ribagliotti, he's another Canadian up here, was stripped of his Olympic gold medal after a drug test revealed THC in his urine. Now, he later launched a label of the lazy lettuce called Ross's Gold, but he lost his medal, the first gold medal won in this Winter Olympic event. Which event am I talking about?
Oh my god.
You know it's winter.
And it's Canada, so curling.
Yeah.
No, I think it's speed skating, you guys. Because they're like, whoa, he's like Michael Phelps on the ice. He's got such lung capacity, but he gets high.
Speed skating's been around for a long time. Isn't curling kind of new?
Wait, did he say it was a contemporary event?
Will you repeat the question, please,
Yeah,
Kenny?
short-term memory, my bad.
I didn't. I should warn you because I think you've asked. I didn't name a year, and I'm not going to.
Ooh, spicy.
This is Ross Ribagliotti, right? He won the first ever gold medal in this event, but it was stripped of him because his urine revealed that he had THC in his system.
Okay.
Oh, guys, what event got the bros that are like the bros, guys? Like, what event goes,
I can tell us, Leon.
Snowboarding.
Okay, we'll go.
Bro.
That sounds good. We'll go with snowboarding.
I just thought of that.
We'll go with snowboarding.
I mean, yeah.
Now, before I reveal if that's the correct answer or not,
fire phone.
I just want to do one last trick for you guys. I'm going to take, if I may, and I'm just going to fold that over. I'm going to fold that over a second time, right? I'll make a fist. You guys like a fist?
I do.
Well,
please.
Stuff that right inside. Right?
Loaded question.
Now, it's gone, right?
Wait, did you ask for that fist's permission?
I should have. You're right. I should have asked for the consent.
Yep.
But how's this for a reveal? Chris, reach into your pocket.
What?
Chris, reach into that pocket.
Holy crap!
Read what's on the card, Chris.
It's a card. It says a shipment of handkerchiefs will arrive in 4 to 5 weeks.
Close-up magic is hard right now, Chris. I don't know what to do.
Well, anyways, what was the answer to the question?
The answer was snowboarding. They're correct.
Way to go, Leon.
Oh, nice, Leon.
It's our frog!
Or he shredded
All right.
the flag. Ross was
It'll be
sweating.
half-pipe?
So he slopes. But now he's just a sad shell of a snowboarder. Except that they did overturn the decision and they gave him the gold medal back. But what kind of message is that sending to kids?
It sounds like you've just set up a scenario where there have been a lot of very successful people
Yeah.
who, you know,
Tim Allen.
No
Also-
pothead is truly successful because no pothead's truly happy. All right.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Here.
Anyway,
I think Leon might beg to differ. But anyways,
I gotta take
well-
this out to the sled shed and
Hey!
have a little relax time. You know what I mean?
oh wait, whoa, Kenny, whoa, hey, come on! You just spent the last God knows how many minutes just telling us that this was a bad idea. Now you're just
It's
gonna
a
go.
bad
start...
idea for the kids. All right, it's legal for adults up here. This was prescribed by my GP. The Queen herself smokes this. I've been told.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. Kenny Connell, close-up magician. Thank you so much, Kenny. All right, well,
Get a gold medal.
He vanished. How did he do
that was
that?
She's so good at that. So that was the end of the trivia portion of round 2, but we still have another game left for you all. And like we just mentioned before, there are a lot of different types of strains of marijuana, if that's the thing that you're into, and it's legal and it's okay for you to be doing it. But sometimes it's really hard to tell which kind you want to use. You know, you've got your Maui Wowies, you've got your Purple Hazes, your Alaskan Thunderfuck. It's so confusing. Well, sometimes you need to use a trusted name when you're looking for a type of flower that you want to buy. Well, we're going to quiz our contestants on a few strain names in our next game, which is called the Strain Game. And here's how this works. Now, in front of me, I have a list of this is off of the website Leafly. We have a list of strains of marijuana that you can actually purchase from a legal dispensary that are all named after well-known celebrities or personas. Here's the thing, some of these are real and some of these are ones that I made up. Now, this is not our usual trivia. I'm going to be asking each of you individually if the name of the strain that I'm giving you is one that actually exists or one that doesn't. So it's up to you to tell me whether this is real or fake. You're each going to get asked 2. If you answer correctly, you win 100 points for your team. Answering incorrectly gets you no points. Make sense to everybody? Okay, great. So let's get started. Again, these are all celebrities or public figures who have had a strain of marijuana named after them. Let's start with Adrian. Adrian, your celebrity, Charlie Sheen. Is
That's
there an actual?
Yes.
Say again?
Yes,
Okay,
there is.
Adrian knows. All right. That is 100% correct for 100 points. The man himself has his own personal strain of
course he
marijuana.
does.
So that is 100 points for you. Let's move over to, there's a picture for you as well if you need to see it. Let's move over to Tim. Tim, this one is for you. Please tell me if this is real or fake. Stevie Wonder. Did anybody ever name some bud after him?
Yeah.
Final answer, yes?
You can
Yeah.
feel it all.
All right. That is correct for 100 points, Garden Boys. Getting you 100 there. All right. Awesome. Let's go over to Leon. Leon, please tell me if this is real or fake. Bob Ross. Did he ever have named after him?
Ooh. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Bobby Ross.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, they're happy little
Hey,
trees.
Brad.
That one seems too on the nose. I feel like Christopher Alex is trying to get me on this one. I'm gonna say that's one you made up.
Leon, that is one that I made up, so that's
Yeah.
100 points
Yeah.
for a very handsome
I know
Adrian
my
and friends.
Chiba.
Well, you still got one more, so let's see if that sticks. All right, let's go over to Jordan. Jordan, this is for you. Please tell me if this is real. Gary Busey. Does he have his own strain of flower?
Ooh, that Busey hits different.
Yeah.
It's
I
women
don't-
different.
Yeah.
I don't think so, man.
It's cosmic and sexual.
Sorry, what was your answer?
I don't think there's a Busey.
Jordan, there really shouldn't be a Gary Busey,
Yeah,
but
fine.
there isn't a Gary Busey. I made that one up, so that's 100 points for the Garden Boys. All right, let's go over to Ashley. Ashley, please tell me if this one is
Okay.
real or fake.
I'm
Michael Phelps.
Michael.
Michael Phelps. Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps. Did he ever have a strain named after him?
I'm gonna say no.
Ashley, he actually did.
Come
It's
on,
called the
man.
Michael Phelps OG, and there's a picture of it to prove it. So no points awarded for very handsome Adrian and friends. All right, let's go down to Bobby Sullivan. Bobby Sullivan, please tell me if this is real or fake. Did David Bowie ever have a line of Kush named after him?
Yeah, was there like a Ziggy Stardust one? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
I was very surprised about this, Bobby, but no, he did not. I made that one up, so that is no points awarded for the Garden Boys. You would think it would, but
Seems
no.
like a layup.
We're going to start back over at the top of the order. Adrian, this one's for you. Please tell me if this is real or fake. Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Adrian knows his stuff. Tiger Woods absolutely did have a strain of cannabis named after him. For the Tiger Woods OG. All right, let's go over to Tim. That is correct for 100 points. Tim, this one is yours. Please tell me if this is real or fake. Let's see. Stephen Hawking. Astrophysicist and television personality Stephen Hawking.
Good Lord. If there isn't, it's an absolute crime. My God. Yeah, I think there is.
Tim, I think there is too, because it exists. It is real for 100 points.
Good job, Tim.
Awesome. Solve the mysteries of the universe by smoking some Stephen Hawking. All right, let's go over to Leon. Leon, this one is for you. We're looking to see if TV reporter Connie Chung, has she ever had a strain of marijuana named after her?
Connie Chung, really? I believe it is a sativa, and it's 23% THC, 4% CBD. It is, in fact, a weed.
You're going to feel so silly when I tell you that this is... No, it is real. It is 100% real for 100 points. Great job.
It's
Very
23% THC. It's 4% CBD. I know.
Where's the Nancy Grace?
Yeah, right? You don't want to smoke that one. It just makes you real angry. All right. Let's go over to Jordan. Jordan, this one is for you. Please tell me if this is real. Georgia O'Keeffe, famous painter. Georgia O'Keeffe, real or fake?
Oh boy. I mean, it's a one hell of a name. I think it's got to be real.
Going with real?
I think it's just too good of a name not to be real. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for saying that, Jordan. But unfortunately, I made that one up, so that is not a real strain. So no points awarded over there.
If I'm right, am I right? Yeah.
He is right.
He is right. He's
That
very
would have
much
been way
right.
better.
Ashley, this one is for you. Tell me whether or not this is real or not. The iconic folk singer John Denver. Did he ever have a strain of marijuana named after
I
him?
feel like he should. I'm trying to communicate to you, Leon, through my brain. I'm gonna say yeah. Mile High. Let's go.
Unfortunately, you cannot get Rocky Mountain High on John Denver because
Oh
I
my
made that
God.
one up.
What
I
a
know.
damn
Let me
it.
blow your mind, Leon.
Yeah.
All right. So
What
no
a
points
You got me on
debate.
on that one. All right, let's go over to last one of the category over to Bobby. Please tell me if this is real or not. Former
on.
President Barack Obama, real or fake?
Oh.
Damn, not the big guns.
Real.
Bobby, yes, we cannabis. Barack Obama is a real strain of marijuana, so that is 100 points for the Garden Boys. Well, great job, both teams. And so I'm going to take a look at the scores right now. I think I might have slipped up, Al, so please back me up on this one. I have the Garden Boys with 600.
Correct.
And I have a very handsome Adrian and friends with 1,050.
Got
I
it.
think I may be off.
Nope.
Oh, you got it. Okay, great. Awesome. So that's the scores right now, but we're going to give both teams an opportunity to score a little bit of extra points because we had asked you for a suggestion of a well-known person or a celebrity, a public figure, and we're going to put them to the test. Now, we've just seen a list of potential, strains of marijuana, each with their own wonderful little idiosyncrasies, sometimes named after somebody because it resembles their personality or what the public thinks of them. Well, we're going to give both of our teams an opportunity to invent their own type of bud tonight on our 420 show and tell you, our wonderful audience, what benefits these strains have in our last game for round 2, which is called Famous Flower. So we're going to give each team a suggestion from you, our audience, of a celebrity or a public figure, and we're going to give them the floor to describe the potential health benefits, potential side effects, positive or negative, or whatever else they want to throw in to make sure that you know that this particular line of bud is supposed to be named after this celebrity for all the right reasons. So let's start off with a very handsome Adrian and friends. We're going to give you the first suggestion from the audience right now. Makes sense to everybody, the rules?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite, but I'll play along.
Leon, I got a feeling you're going to pick this one up real quick. All right, very handsome Adrian and friends, your suggestion of a celebrity or well-known figure is?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So your strain is named after Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it's up to you to tell our wonderful audience exactly why it's called Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Well, first of all, it has a very distinctive odor.
Oh,
You can always smell when someone is cooking the rock.
That's not where we're at, Adrian. That's actually the opposite I want to go, buddy. We'd like to scratch that from the record, start over. Not smoking rock, but we can smell when it's cooking. Was that
There
what
we
you-
go. That's what I thank you for clarifying. That's
The
That's
number
what I
one
said.
selling point is it's not Vin Diesel.
Right.
It's not any
And
kind
I
of diesel at all.
Awesome.
Sour diesel or Vin Diesel.
I heard when you take a big toke, and the reason it's really called this is it makes you go.
Squint one eye?
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
And the final thing is it's extremely strong but gentle.
And
also-
you can jump into skyscrapers if you smoke enough of it.
And it's really good to watch during the movie with the scorpions.
The Scorpion
even
King,
better.
if that's the one he means.
And
these are all fantastic reasons for why it should be named Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But unfortunately, there is another strain that you're competing against. So we're going to get to the Garden Boys right now. And Garden Boys, let's see what your celebrity is.
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. So Garden Boys, if I was to pick up an ounce of Celine Dion, what exactly are the potential benefits?
Celine Dion, you mean the long gone Dion? Yeah.
The long
it's
gone
a
Dion.
powerful strain.
This is part of our Titanic line.
Unlike most weed, where it affects your short-term memory, you hit this and it all starts coming back to you now.
And we're here to tell you your heart will go on.
Your heart will
It
go
will
on when you
go.
realize this shit.
It's going to beat faster. It's going to beat really fast, but it's going to go on for a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty
Sometimes-
much the main reasons people smoke it.
I think the number one reason that people smoke the long gone Dion is that it blends well with the Streisand strain, the strain sand.
And when you
Strike
blaze it, you
strain.
sell out tours in Vegas.
Yeah, it's good if you want to move to Vegas after
You want to move to Vegas.
being from Canada.
You can have a duet mentally with anybody else who's on it.
These are all fantastic reasons to be smoking that. All right, well, thank you both teams. But again, it's not up to me to decide which team did it better. It's up to you, our wonderful audience at home, to choose which team deserves the extra 200 points. And we're going to do it exactly like we did it in round one. If you want to vote for the Garden Boys, please type the number 1 into your chat bar and click send. And if you want to vote for a very handsome Adrian and friends, you're going to put the number 2, just the number 2, into your chat bar, and you are going to click send. And we are going to tally up those votes, much as we did before, and we'll be right back with the results after another word from another one of our wonderful sponsors. Please enjoy.
Consoles left. PlayStation 5 gone. Nintendo Switch decimated. Xbox Series X 0 left. All related merchandise is now unavailable or out of your price range. If you slept in and still need a last minute gift for the gamer in your life, your only remaining option is Gamer Hat. The ergonomic headpiece designed for real gamers. Up their game with the patented reflex improving warm head blood technology in Gamer Hat. Increase gamer visibility. Let the world know from all angles that they are looking at someone who plays a lot of video games. Join the neural network with the telepathic gamer chip implanted on the user's first wear to raid seamlessly with the Swarm.
What's the swarm?
I'm a gamer. Join the Swarm. GamerHat is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to achieve oneness and peace. All will submit to the unity of GamerHat. Purchase of the GamerHat is made with one's mind and manifest instantaneously by your side. When another user joins the Swarm, another GamerHat is born. Connecting to the Swarm is taking the next step towards human evolution, led through advanced technologies. Put on your Gamer Hat today.
And we are back. And a extra big thank you to our good friends from the Mothers who sent us that wonderful ad that you just saw. So a big thank you to our friends there. Well, we're back, and we are going to check in with Al, and we're going to see if we ended up with a vote count for who did the best coming up with their weed strain, and we're going to see who gets an extra 200 points. Al, do we have an answer?
We do. So it turns out that near, far, wherever you are, nobody's smoking Celine Dion. I'm sorry.
No, nobody is smoking.
No. So Adrian and friends took the vote on that one.
I'm
Fantastic.
sorry. If I had a vote, I would fucks with some Celine Dion. I'm just saying. Like that. That really, y'all did a great job.
That was beautiful.
I think both teams did a great job. It's not in my hands anymore. It's up to our wonderful audience to vote, and the audience has spoken. So unfortunately, Garden Boys, you didn't get that one. But that means very handsome Adrian and friends, you got an extra 200 points. But we're about to move into round 3, the final round of the game, and the points are worth 300 for a correct, 150 if you steal it. And we've only got 5 questions left, so let's see how these go. There's still plenty of time for everybody to catch up. So we're going to start this one off. So it was reported in the news last week that a man in Connecticut, he's a 27-year-old school teacher. His name is Louis Goffinet. I think Al actually has a picture of him right here that he's going to show you. He did a really wonderful thing last year. He actually started a fundraiser on Facebook, and he raised over $40,000 from donations from the community to be able to go out, buy groceries for elderly people in his neighborhood, families that needed help paying for their groceries during the pandemic. And he just found out that he actually owes $16,000 to the IRS because of a snafu with the way that he set up his charitable organization on Facebook. Well, fortunately for Lewis, a lot of people have stepped up to help pay the tax debt because, you know, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished. But also, it's really nice that his friends and other people, anonymous donors, have been able to help him in his charitable cause. But there have been a number of times where people who have far more money than Louis Goffinet have not paid their taxes for much more selfish reasons, and they have paid the price for it. So we're going to quiz our contestants on some people who have actually tried to get out of paying their taxes unsuccessfully in our final round for the game called Lean On Me. So these are all questions that have to do with famous tax cheats. So we're going to start this one off. This one goes to Adrian and friends for 300 points. Your question. If you've ever wondered why this actor has taken on so many bizarre films, it may have to do with them paying back a $6.2 million tax lien when they were slapped with one in 2008. It also doesn't help that they reportedly spent over $150 million on such necessities as a haunted house, a desert island, a first edition Superman, and a dinosaur skull. Who is the performer that I'm talking about?
We all know who this is, right? Yeah, it's Nick Cage.
I know y'all want to say Nick Cage, but Adam Sandler's been making some shitty stuff lately.
It could be Tim Allen.
It's
Tim Allen.
It's 100% Nicolas Cage.
I know. No, I'm just kidding. I think we all agree it's Nick Cage.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Nicolas Cage is correct for 300 points. Interestingly enough, he actually outbid Leonardo DiCaprio for the dinosaur skull. So, yes!
We got him.
So that's a double win in my book. All right, this one goes over to the Garden Boys. Garden Boys, your question for 300. This rock and roll pioneer from the 50s who earned the nickname the father of rock and roll with such hits as Maybelline and Roll Over Beethoven ran afoul of the tax man in the late 70s and was sentenced to 100 days in prison for tax evasion. He headed to jail shortly after performing for President Jimmy Carter at the White House. Who is the rock and roll icon that I'm referring to?
Chuck Berry.
Is it Nick Cage? Is it Nick Cage?
Better question is, when isn't it Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Wait, it was Roll Over Beethoven, and what was the other song?
Maybelline.
Is that Johnny Cash?
What?
I have no idea. I don't listen to any music.
Chuck Berry, Little Richard.
I don't think it was either of those guys, man. I don't remember. You said they went to prison?
This is the 50s, right?
I can repeat the question if you'd like.
Could you repeat the question?
Bro?
Yeah, sure.
Buddy Holly was dead, man.
In the 50s?
Yeah, he said this guy performed for President Carter.
Holly was dead.
Yeah, fuck you.
The question for us?
Absolutely. Rock and roll pioneer from the 50s who earned the nickname Father of Rock and Roll with hits like Maybelline and Roll Over Beethoven. He ran afoul of the taxman in the late 70s and was sentenced to 100 days in prison for tax evasion. He headed to jail shortly after he performed at the White House for Jimmy Carter.
You guys don't think this is Johnny Cash?
Elvis?
Oh, Elvis. Could be. Let's say Elvis.
I don't think it's Elvis, man, but
It can't.
A couple more seconds and I do need an answer from you.
They made him a ranger or something, an American ranger.
I think it's Chuck Berry.
Let's go with
Okay,
Chuck
do you need-
Berry.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Going with Chuck Berry?
With Chuck Berry.
Sometimes your first guess is your best guess. Yes, Chuck Berry is correct for 300
Whoa,
points. Great
Bobby,
job,
yeah.
Garden Boys. All right, we got another
Chuck
question. This one's going over to a very handsome Adrian and friends for 300. This boxer may be nicknamed Money, but for a time, most of his money belonged to the U.S. government. In 2017, he owed $22 million in back taxes and had to ask the IRS for a reprieve until he could make some money by fighting UFC star Conor McGregor later that year. Who is the fighter?
Mike Tyson, I feel like, has a lot of money issues.
But if he's fighting Conor McGregor, he's more recent.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about fighting.
I think it's Floyd
Mayweather.
Oh, Floyd.
Okay.
That's the name. That's the name.
We'll go with Floyd Mayweather. Final answer.
I thought it was Mayweather.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather is not correct. However, Floyd Mayweather is correct.
That's what I said.
For 300 points.
Okay.
It is correct. It is
It's
correct.
Adrian, calm down.
That big of a jerk.
Hello, I'm Floyd Mayweather.
It's one of my biggest fears to get misheard and get caught on a technicality.
He just walks into the ring and he's just like, I'm Floyd Mayweather. And he's
Floyd
just got
Mayweather.
he's got a feather duster. And that's how he. Yes. All right, this one's over to the Garden Boys. This is yours for 300. This artist, one of country music's most beloved, was at the center of one of the biggest celebrity tax scandals in 1990 when the IRS claimed that they owed $32 million in unpaid taxes, penalties, and interest. To help pay back the debt, the singer even recorded an album titled The IRS Tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories. What is the singer's name?
Dolly Parton.
Reba, dude. This is what I'm a survivor. That's what that's about.
From the tax man.
From the tax man, dude.
It's in parentheses. No one ever talks about it.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, man. I don't know. Well, Garth Brooks, didn't he fuck around?
He became another person. I think that was to avoid the tax man.
That's what
Chris
they always say
Gaines.
about her.
Chris said
Maybe Johnny
beloved.
Cash? Johnny Cash?
It could have been Johnny Cash.
More like Johnny
That makes
No
a lot of
Cash, am I
sense,
right?
dude. Yeah, Johnny No Cash.
Leon gets it.
Because of the tax.
You're crushing it, Leon. You're crushing it.
I actually kind of like Johnny Cash for this, but I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
1990. Wouldn't he have done Folsom County?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I think like 20 years before.
He did the entire
Was it
county.
20 years before? Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say Johnny No Cash.
If it ain't Reba, it's Johnny.
Johnny No Cash.
Johnny No Cash, final answer?
Johnny No Cash.
Unfortunately, Jonathan No Cash is not the answer that we were looking for, which means very handsome Adrian and friends, you can get 150. Can you name the singer?
It's Reba. It's Reba.
Okay, can you repeat the question, Your Honor?
Can you
Absolutely.
Rebeat the question, please?
This artist was the center of one of the biggest celebrity tax scandals in 1990 when the IRS claimed that they owed $32 million in unpaid taxes, penalties, and interest. To help pay back the debt, the singer even recorded an album titled The IRS Tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories.
Okay, can you repeat the beginning of the question one more time? I promise I'm not baiting you. Just wanted to...
Absolutely not. It's
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. It was just 1990. This singer was caught in a tax
Okay,
scandal.
so
He
we
owed
don't know what
$32 million.
genre it is. I'm thinking...
He said country. He specifically said country.
I never heard country. That's why I asked to repeat the beginning of the question.
Chris, will you repeat the entire question? I'm
It-
sorry. I
it
think
is
Leon's confused.
It is a country music singer, but I do need an answer from you right now, or else
Yeah,
I'll
it-
call time.
Reba McEntire, I
yeah,
guess.
well,
We're we're doing?
Reba.
We're gonna take
We'll go
Reba
with-
McIntyre as your
Reba,
final
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Reba.
Oh, unfortunately, it was not Reba.
Dolly Parton.
Y'all, it's 420. I would be remiss if I did not put Willie Nelson
Willie.
on a question
Oh,
here
Willie.
You win
tonight.
this round.
So,
Reba was a good
unfortunately,
guess, guys.
You know, I
Both
don't
good
trust
guesses.
Reba
Is he a
still.
country star? He's just so ubiquitous in the culture.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
more of a cultural
No.
icon at
I
this
didn't
point.
call
the
him a
only country star.
I thought he's a
He's
folk
our
singer,
country
but
star.
whatever.
We got
Reba.
one question left. This one goes to a very handsome Adrian and friends. This is yours for 300 points. Please tell me if you know this one. This reality TV star made history as the first person to win the $1 million prize on the game show Survivor. However, their biggest challenge was yet to come
Rich
when
Hatch.
they failed to pay taxes on their winnings and were sentenced to 51 months in a federal prison for tax evasion.
Rich Hatch.
Joe Rogan.
Okay, it could
Kelly Clarkson.
Be Tim Allen.
be Lindsay
Reba
Lohan.
McIntyre.
Steak
No,
and
it's-
Tim Allen.
It's Richard Hatch.
Yeah, I'm so glad you knew that because I was more of a Big Brother guy myself.
You
I'm a
opening up
geek.
that dick hatch?
I'm a big Survivor fan.
That's awesome, Adrian. We're gonna high five about that later.
All right, so clearly that's your final answer.
Rich
Yeah.
Hatch, yeah.
He knows
Richard Hatch is correct for
it.
300
Good job,
points.
Adrian.
The confidence,
Ooh.
the
I got
bravado.
so
Right.
I got so excited
Great
when you
job.
answered the question.
You're very handsome.
Well, that is, and he has earned the title of very handsome Adrian. All right. Well,
There
great
we go.
job, both teams. But that is the last question in round 3. Which, looking at the scores right now, I have the Garden Boys with 900 points,
Correct.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in the lead right now, I have a very handsome Adrian and friends with 2,150.
Whoa.
points. Is that correct? Al?
That is correct.
Money.
Pretty close.
That
Yeah,
is
this is
correct.
Reba
So,
cash.
Johnny No Cash.
Oh,
Reba.
callbacks.
So looking at the scores right now we have one last chance for the Garden Boys to slip into the lead and potentially win this thing, but they're gonna have to try real hard about it because we're about to head into the final round.
Ooh.
So here's how the final round works. In front of me, I have a trio of questions, all of them very difficult, every single one of them with a different point value associated with how hard it is. Garden Boys, you are down by 1,150 points right now. Fortunately for you, I have one question here that is worth 1,250 points. That is the hardest question in the game. The other two are worth 1,750 respectively. So here's how this works. You're going to have to answer the hardest question in the game. Now, if you get this question correct, you will get the 1,250 points, take a slight lead over a very handsome Adrian and friends, and they will have the opportunity to choose one of the other two remaining questions to try to win back their lead. If you get the question wrong, it means that a very handsome Adrian and friends wins it all. So are you ready for your hardest question?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You sound
We're
so
ready.
enthusiastic about it.
course.
Let's get into
They
it
already
right
know
now.
you're gonna say Tim Allen, so I mean,
Reba.
we're already there.
God.
We have a couple of options on the table now, Leon. All right, here is your question, Garden Boys, for 1,250 points, potentially the lead, potentially the game. Edward Jenner. I'm sorry, I should also point out all of these questions have to do with vaccinations.
Oh,
Edward Jenner performed the first smallpox vaccination in 1796, but prior to his medical breakthrough, physicians had been using this technique to ward off disease for centuries, in which material from smallpox pustules is injected under the skin of a healthy patient and gets its name from the actual disease itself. What is the name of the procedure that I am talking about?
Reba.
Reba juice.
It's a Rebanization.
This is called Reba juice shot.
Reba juice right in there.
Called a pox upon
Good
me.
old shot of Reba juice.
oxation or something like that. If it's an injection, then it's an infusion, right? Of some sort. They might have referred to, I don't know if they were referred to as an infusion at that point in time. Transfer, maybe.
Okay, so let's think about this. They're taking disgusting little pus juice.
Well, so first off,
Let's
you
break
start
this
with a
down,
pus.
guys.
So you start with
You
a
start with the
pustule.
pus
I think
juice.
it's called Pus Fountain.
It's a great name for a metal band. I'll give you that.
I think this is called pus fountain, man.
Imagine the pustule.
Right.
If they did it for centuries, then it'd probably be related to their like, what was it, the phlegm stuff that they? Do you
No,
guys
it's
ever
the
hear
humors.
about this? The humors?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds, then I do need an answer from you.
I don't know, Bobby. You're the best at this stuff.
Yeah.
Pus fountain was pretty good.
Pus fountain.
Pus fountain's final answer.
Yeah, I think we're pretty far off here. So let's go with pus fountain for sure.
All right, awesome. Reminder: there is no moshing for pus fountain, but unfortunately, pus fountain is not the correct answer. The name of the tech. Oh, you were very, very, very close. The name of the technique. Smallpox was originally called variola. The technique is called variolation. Variolation is the word that we were looking for. Now, not that we expected you to know that, it is the hardest question in the game.
Pretty hot
but
name.
Unfortunately, Garden Boys, it means you didn't get the question right, which means you didn't get the points, which means you didn't get the win, which means that our big winner tonight, a very handsome Adrian and friends. You have won tonight's edition of Quarantine. Congratulations. And very handsome Adrian and friends, we're going to get to you in just a second. But first, we want to thank Garden Boys for coming on tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. We really did hope you have a great time. Garden Boys, do you have anything you'd like to plug for our fans? Where can they find you? Do you have anything upcoming or going on that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, first, we'd like to say thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. This is fun.
Really put on an unbelievable show. Really hard
thank you very
questions,
much.
as you can tell from the loss. We didn't really know any of the answers. Was our main problem tonight.
But the point is, you had fun, though, right?
We had a blast.
We did have fun.
Smooth, great show. This is the most professional Zoom show I've ever been on.
If there were fun points, I think we still would have lost to Leon. But
Leon was too good.
I want to go to eat barbecue with all three of y'all at some point. Just
Hey, like
now we're talking.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
There we go. There we go.
Adrian can just chime in with Rich Hatch.
Which hat?
Straight out of the gate.
Rich Hatch.
You got to try those Rich Hatch chili ribs, you know?
Those Rich Hatch ribs.
All right, if you guys want to check out Garden Boy stuff, you can go onto Spotify. We have a number of songs on there. We have a lot of comedy music. It's fantastic. If you want to see Garden Boy's material, we put out sketches very often. You can find us on pretty much every social media platform. Oftentimes on Instagram, you can find us most commonly. It's Garden Boys Ha Ha. Not super hard to find us. And then also we have various other platforms. Jordan is on TikTok. He's got quite a following. Go follow him on there. Jordan, what's your handle on TikTok?
Just Jordan freaking Wilson on the newest
actual middle name.
TikTok. Yeah, it's my
real middle name.
That's badass.
And Bobby just bought a townhouse. So we're all doing
Congratulations, Bobby. Everybody's doing great.
Now we know why
By the
he
time.
was late.
Awesome. All right. Well, Garden Boys, thank you so much again for being on tonight, and we'll be sure to share anything that you want to share on our social media page. But let's move over to a very handsome Adrian and friends. Our big winners for the evening. Give yourselves a round of applause because you have done it. And we don't like to let any of our winners go home empty-handed. And I do believe that Kenny Connell has one more trick up his sleeve. He's going to show you exactly what you've won tonight. Kenny Connell, please tell them what they've won.
Chris, I'd be glad to. I just wanted to say first, thank you again very much for having me on. There's not a lot of opportunities for me to perform where I am right now, so this means a lot.
Yeah, my pleasure. No, absolutely, my pleasure. I never asked you, actually, where in Canada are you coming from?
Oh, well, thank you for asking, Chris. I'm from a small town called Nunya.
Wait, no, like Nunya business?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Nunya, Alberta. It's about a 45-minute drive outside of Calgary. I apologize if it sounded like I was going into a mean joke.
No. That's fine. That's me. That's my.
Who I am and what I represent. Now,
anyways, yeah, I believe you have a prize for our big winners tonight.
Great news for Adrian and all of his beautiful friends. I know that's not their name. We're sending you home with some Zigzag all-natural hemp rolling papers. You can roll up a reefer and relax, or if there's kids about, do what I do and write little positive messages on them, like, hey, you know, have a great day, Tyler, or like, we're gonna love you either way, Patrick. You don't have to be afraid to come out to us. Just a nice thing to have.
Either way, good vibes all around. Well, thank you so much, Kenny. And a very handsome Adrian and friends, that is for you to enjoy. We will get that to you whichever way we can. But for right now, we're so grateful to have you come on the show tonight. We hope you had a good time. If you could just tell our folks at home if they want to see more of you, where they can find you, if you have anything upcoming.
Not
Well,
everyone at
Liam's
first.
gonna use those zigzags. I can feel it.
I'm actually going to use all 3 of those zigzags unless Adrian wants to fight me for them. I mean,
No, they're all yours.
all right.
All
So
yours.
that's right. I don't necessarily have anything to plug.
Not
except
your
my
Facebook.
cell
That's so
phone.
old.
Shut up, Ashley.
We
So
haven't talked about this.
So, you guys, this was on my wish suggestions the other day. It was like, do you not have a camel toe? You could get a camel toe in 6 to 8 weeks for practically nothing.
You're kidding.
Well, I know what we're getting our contestants that win.
So if you
Down
like
the
that
line.
hilarious point of view, just hit me up on my Facebook. That's what I use, Ashley. I'm sorry. I'm 95. I'm dealing with it.
Nice. All right. Anybody? Did you guys have anything else you wanted to plug before we call it a night?
Yeah, we'll leave it at.
We're going to leave it at that. Fantastic work. All right. Well, for those of you who haven't seen the show before, once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you had a good time. We are here every Tuesday night with new teams, new prizes, new characters, new ads, new questions, new everything. But you can find us on our social medias. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook, all at Quarantine the Game Show. Or you could find us on our website, www.quarantinethegameshow.com, where we keep updates for all of our upcoming shows, all of our previous sketches. But until we see you all again next week, have a great night. And as we like to say every week, stay safe, stay sane, and take care of each other. Thank you all so much, and enjoy your evening. We'll see you all next time. Credits are rolling right now.
Wait,
Oh, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, just any of the whole thing. I know some people magic is like against their